continuing with doha number 7. Jai Radhe Krishna Radhe 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 Krishna Radhe Jai. Jai Radhe Krishna Radhe 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 Krishna Radhe. 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 Jai Radhe Jai Radhe Radhe. Radhe Jaya Radhe Jaya Radhe Radhe. Krishna Jaya Krishna Jaya Krishna Krishna. माया है जड़ शक्ति पे ज्ञानी हूँ पार न पाय राधे राधे. माया है जड़ शक्ति पे ज्ञानी हूँ पार न पाय राधे राधे. या को कारण स्वयं हरि को प्रेरक आय राधे राधे। रण स्वयं हरि या को प्रेरक या को कारण स्वयं हरि या को प्रेरक आय राधे राधे। जय राधे कृष्ण राधे 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 कृष्ण 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 राधे। So far we've seen in the first 6 dohas how has Jagadguru Shree Kripalu ji Maharaj in such a sophisticated but simple way reconciled all the apparent contradictions regarding God, souls and Maya. Now he's going to explain about the path to God and reconcile all of these contradictions. So first he establishes about Maya, that nobody can defeat Maya on their own. Remember, we learned in the previous Vyakhya of dohas that there are 3 tattva: Brahma, Jeev, Maya, God, souls and Maya. God is our goal, and right now Maya has us under bondage. So we need to cross over Maya or defeat Maya in order to reach God. But here Sri Maharaj is saying even a great Jnani cannot cross Maya on his own. Why not? Remember, I explained that there are 2 kinds of Maya. There's Guna Maya and Jiva Maya. So Guna Maya is the outside world, which is produced by God's power, Maya. And Jiva Maya is our inner world, or it produces the inner world, causes the inner world of our attachments and desires and emotions. This inner world is our creation, and if someone had enough willpower and practiced for long enough, they actually could defeat that inner world of Maya. But even if someone were to succeed in doing that, they could still not cross over the actual Guna Maya. Daivi hyesha gunamayi mama maya duratyaya Mameva prapadyante maya metam tarantite. Shri Krishna explains in the Gita that Guna Maya is my Shakti. Here, Sri Maharaj Ji explains that this power of Shri Krishna is equal to Shri Krishna because he's the one causing it to act. He's the one causing it to be active and produce this universe. So since he is the Prerak of Maya, for someone to defeat Maya on their own, they would have to be able to defeat Shri Krishna. And nobody is that powerful. So even though Maya is just a Jada Shakti, it cannot be crossed. See, great Jnanis, they can defeat their inner world through the practice of samadhi, through correct knowledge. They can actually eliminate all of their inner attachments and desires. It's not easy, but they could do it. But even having done that, there's still some part of Maya left to cross. So in other words, they defeated Jiva Maya, they were unable to defeat Guna Maya, because that Guna Maya is a real power of God. I quoted a verse from Ramayana yesterday saying, Sodasi Raghubir ki samujhe mithya sopi chute na Ram kripa binu nath kahu padropi. Chute na Ram kripa binu. Maya will not let you go without God's grace. So we have to surrender to God, and with His grace we can cross over Maya. There's no other way possible. Even Shankaracharya has said, Dhanyoham kritakrityoham purnoham tvadanugrahat. I have become blessed. I have become self-complacent. I have become absolutely whole and complete. How? Tvad anugrahat. Through your grace, Shri Krishna. So, no matter who you are, whether you're a jnani, a yogi, karmi, bhakt, everybody needs the grace of God to cross over Maya. Another way to understand this is to understand that there are different layers of Maya. Deeper and deeper, more and more subtle layers. So someone through their own effort could cross over Prithvi, Jal, Tej, Vayu, Akash. These are all the more gross layers of Maya. They can even cross over Ahankar, which is an even more subtle layer of Maya. But they cannot cross over Mahan and Mool Prakriti Maya. These are the last two layers of Maya. You can say like the final veil of Maya that separates a soul from God. That can only be removed through God's grace. So no matter how much someone practices, unless they are free from Maya, they're going to be reborn in this world. And the only way to get free from Maya is through God's grace. So what that means now, having established this principle, Shri Kripalu Ji Maharaj then uses that to explain to us about the three paths. Or here he mentions four paths: karma, yoga, jnana, and bhakti. So people wonder, why are all of these paths in existence? Are they all correct? Is there only one true path? Are there many true paths? There's a lot of confusion around this. So Sri Maharaj Ji reconciles in a very simple but final way. What is the truth regarding the path to God? He tells us in the next doha. Jai Radhe Krishna Radhe 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 Krishna Radhe. जय राधे कृष्ण राधे 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 कृष्ण राधे। जय राधे कृष्ण राधे 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 कृष्ण राधे। जय राधे कृष्ण राधे 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 कृष्ण राधे। जय राधे जय राधे राधे। कृष्ण जय कृष्ण जय कृष्ण। कर्मयोग अरु ज्ञान सब साधन यद्यपि बखान राधे राधे। कर्मयोग अरु ज्ञान सब साधन यद्यपि बखान राधे राधे। बिनु भक्ति सब जनु मृतक देह जनु प्राण राधे राधे। सब जनु बिनु भक्ति सब जनु मृतक देह बिनु प्राण राधे राधे। Jai Radhe Krishna Radhe 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 Krishna Radhe. 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 There are many paths described in our scriptures, but out of all of them we generally categorize them into three ways. Either it can be grouped into what we call the path of karma, or the path of jnana, or the path of bhakti. Karma means the path of good actions, jnana means the path of knowledge, and bhakti means the path of devotion. Sometimes we separate it out into four instead of three. We add yoga. Yoga is more like a parallel path to the path of jnana. So that's why sometimes we just say three paths. Sometimes we say four. But these four paths include actually hundreds of different paths or spiritual practices. But it's easier just to understand it in three or four categories. So here Sri Maharaj refers to karma, yoga, jnana, and bhakti. Our scriptures have in different places praised these paths, described them extensively, and when people read all these varying descriptions and they also see that different saints have taught these different paths, then they naturally question that, so which one should I follow? The path of karma, path of yoga, path of jnana, path of bhakti, which one is the right one to follow? Sri Maharaj explains very simply that all of these other paths are dependent on the path of bhakti. None of them are complete in and of themselves, because without surrender to Shri Krishna, you cannot defeat Maya, and without defeating Maya, you can't reach God. So it means no path is complete without surrender to God, and the very definition of bhakti is surrender. So without bhakti, no path is complete. Sri Maharaj gives an example that what is a body without a soul? Deha binu pran, uska mulya kya hai? What is the worth of a body without a soul? Once someone's soul leaves their body, then what do we do with the body? We don't even keep it around for 1 or 2 hours. That same person who was so dear to you that you couldn't live without, now that their soul has left their body, you get that body out of your house as fast as you can. And then before too long you burn it, cremate it. So a body without a soul is of no value. And in terms of the path to God, any path, any path which is bereft of surrender to God is of no use to us. In the Bhagavatam, Veda Vyasji says that if there's any jnani out there who wishes to cross this ocean of Maya, but puts aside bhakti to God, then that person is ignorant. That person is like someone who sees that, oh, this person was pounding these rice husks and they got rice out of it. They got chawal. It came out and you can cook that and eat it. So seeing all the same rice husks that the person had pounded and gotten the rice out of, and then left those rice husks, which are now empty, the person goes and says, I will also pound these rice husks and get chawal out of it. So what does he get out of that? Parishram. Nothing but effort. He works up a good sweat, builds muscles in his arms, but he's never going to get chawal out of that. He can pound it for his whole life. Similarly, if someone ignores bhakti and tries just by following the path of gyan to liberate themselves from maya, they are as ignorant as that person who's trying to pound empty husks and get rice. Bhakti is the final key ingredient. Without surrender to God, no one can defeat maya. It's the same for the karmi, the one practicing good actions according to the injunctions of the Vedas. They can attain swarg, but swarg is only temporary material enjoyment, what we call the heavens or celestial abodes. It's also within the Mayic realm. So if you go to swarg, Ishtapurtam manyamana varishtham nanyat shreyo vedayante pramudha nakasya pristhete sukrite nubhutve mam lokam hinataram vavishanti. Mundakopanishad says, the one who thinks that by going to swarg you're attaining divine bliss, perfect happiness, that person is also called pramudha. So Vedavyasji had a nice example to show how foolish that person is if they think they can cross maya through the path of gyan without bhakti. Here, the same thing is being said for someone who thinks merely by doing good karma they can cross over maya and reach God. Veda says that person is pramudha. Mood means a fool. Pramud means an extreme fool, the fool of all fools. Because he goes to swarg after so much effort and only stays there temporarily and eventually has to come back and be born here on this earth again. And he's no closer to being God realized or defeating maya. So the path of karma, if that same karmi who's doing all of those good actions, if while doing those he surrenders to God, in other words, he adds bhakti into his karma, he does those good actions with this intention of offering those actions to God, of pleasing God through his good actions, then his good karma is considered as bhakti because he did those good actions with his mind attached to God. So instead of binding him and keeping him within maya, he gets released. But it's not through the physical good karma that he's getting released from maya. It's because his mind was doing bhakti. Same thing with the jnani. It's not his meditation, his practice of samadhi, his renunciation that results in defeating maya. All of that merely prepared him to surrender his mind to God. So once he did bhakti and surrendered his mind to God, then he crossed maya. The yogi who disciplines his behavior, disciplines his body and his mind, practices yoga asanas and mudras and kriyas, renounces everything, practices meditation, and through that calms his mind, controls his mind, and establishes his mind in the knowledge of his self, the soul. Even then, he cannot cross maya on his own. The yogi also has to surrender to God. the jnani, he can also know himself. He can attain Atma Gyan through God's grace. He can get Brahma Gyan. See, through his own effort, he gets Atma Gyan, he knows himself, his soul. And through God's grace, he gets Brahma Gyan. He can know God, and he can be free from Maya. But he can't reach that on his own. So you see, the path of karma, the path of yoga, the path of gyan, they are all incomplete without bhakti. This is why Ved says, Bhakti revainam nayati, Bhakti revainam pashyati, Bhakti revainam darshayati, Bhakti vashah purusho, Bhakti reva bhuyasi. Bhakti alone will result in a soul meeting God. Bhakti alone will result in getting the divine vision of God. Bhakti alone brings God under its control, and bhakti alone is supreme. So without bhakti, any path is incomplete. You see how with just this one doha, Sri Maharaj has reconciled all the teachings about all the paths. Any path without surrender to God, without the attachment of the mind to God, cannot bring you to God. It'll bring you somewhere. It must have some result, but it won't result in God realization. And if you do bhakti, you may do bhakti just on its own with no other path or practice, you'll attain God. You may have bhakti as the primary thing, but you're also doing karma or yoga or gyan. That's also fine as long as you're doing bhakti. But leave the bhakti out and you won't attain anything. So it means any path is correct if it leads to surrender to God, or if it causes you to surrender to God, or if while doing that you are surrendered to God, the path is correct. And if you leave out surrender to God and try to do it on your own, it's incorrect if your goal is God realization. If your goal is something in this world, then okay, fine, it can lead you to something there, but not to God realization. So in fact, the path is only one, bhakti. There are different ways of doing bhakti, certainly, but the path to God is only bhakti. Ved has said so, Gita has said so, Bhagavatam has said so. Shri Krishna says that I am only attainable through bhakti. Bhaktya tvananyaya shakya ahamevam vidhorjuna gyatum drashtuncha tatvena praveshtuncha parantapa. Gita. I am only attainable through bhakti, Arjun, not through any other means. Naham vedair na tapasa na jnanena na tejjaya na chejjaya. Not through good actions, not through yoga, gyan, no other means is effective in reaching me. Only bhakti. So, bhakti is the path to God. If we wish to attain God, we have to practice bhakti. But there are many questions about the path of bhakti as well. Like some people say, do I have to do bhakti? Or does bhakti happen? Bhakti ko karni hai ya bhakti ho jati hai? Some people say, when God graces me, then I'll get bhakti. Without His grace, how can anyone have bhakti? This is a big confusion in people's minds as well. So that is reconciled beautifully in the next doha. Jai Radhe Krishna Radhe 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 Krishna Radhe. जय राधे कृष्ण राधे 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 कृष्ण राधे। जय राधे कृष्ण राधे 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 कृष्ण राधे। जय राधे कृष्ण राधे 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 कृष्ण राधे। जय राधे जय राधे। कृष्ण जय कृष्ण जय कृष्ण। प्रथम साधना भक्ति करूं, तब मन निर्मल होय राधे राधे। प्रथम साधना भक्ति करूं, तब मन निर्मल होय राधे राधे। मिलाई विशुद्धा भक्ति तब, गुरु अनुकंपा तोय राधे राधे। मिलाई विशुद्धा भक्ति तब, गुरु अनुकंपा तोय राधे राधे। जय राधे कृष्ण राधे 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 कृष्ण राधे। Jai Radhe Krishna Radhe 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 Krishna Radhe. 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 Both statements are correct. You have to do bhakti and you also receive bhakti as a gift from God. Care of Guru. How can both statements be true? Because there are two kinds of bhakti. There is sadhana bhakti and there is vishuddha bhakti. Sadhana bhakti is karne wali bhakti, the bhakti you have to do. And vishuddha bhakti or siddha bhakti, this is a divine power of God which He graces us with. That one we can't do, you can't get it, it's just given to you. Sadhana bhakti means attaching your mind to God. That's something we have to practice every day. And through attaching our mind to God, our mind gets purified. So, tab man nirmal hoy. Your man will become nirmal. Your mind will get purified through doing sadhana. So, pratham sadhana bhakti karu. First do sadhana bhakti. There are certain conditions for practicing sadhana bhakti that you have to learn and institute, and that we'll be learning as we go forward. How is it actually done? But first understand the overall picture that there is a bhakti you have to do that allows you to attach your mind to God. It's something you practice every day, all day, every day, whether you're a sannyasi or a grihasti. It's something you continuously practice. And the more you attach your mind to God, the more your mind is purified. When your mind is fully purified, milai vishuddha bhakti tab, only then will you receive that divine power of bhakti. That power of bhakti, remember I was explaining to you regarding God's different powers, that His personal power that we call para shakti or swarup shakti or yogamaya shakti, that has three aspects: sat chit anand, that manifest as the sandhini shakti, samvit shakti, and ahladini shakti. The ahladini shakti being supreme, the power of bliss, and the essence of ahladini shakti is prema shakti. This prema shakti is another word for vishuddha bhakti. Just different words for the same thing. In other words, what I'm telling you is that this divine power of bhakti is the same as that divine love power I was describing, whose essence is Mahabhav, whose form is Radha. So it's the same thing. That power that makes God forget He's God and allows all the beautiful divine leelas to happen between Shri Krishna and His devotees, that is called divine bhakti. It's called siddha bhakti, vishuddha bhakti, prema bhakti. It has so many names. So it's the same. That power is also given to a soul. And through that power, the soul forgets their place as well. So instead of thinking that I'm just an insignificant soul and Shri Krishna is Supreme God and how can I talk to Him? you lose the consciousness of this, of your insignificant status as compared to God. You forget about that, just like the best friend of the president who went to school with him from kindergarten through college. Now that he's become president, he doesn't think of him as president. He says, okay, my good friend has got some success in life. That's great. He's the president. But that's just a side note. Really, what is he to me? He's my friend. So the devotee is able to do that through this prema bhakti, through this divine power of bhakti, which both makes God forget or makes him just unaware of his godliness, and makes the soul also lose that. He just doesn't even think about that I'm just a soul and, oh, this is supreme God. No, he forgets about that. Krishna is mine. He is my friend. He's my beloved. He's my son. Only that remains. And then you experience the highest bliss in the divine world. So that is that power of bhakti that is awarded to a soul through that soul's guru. So you need, this is one of the reasons you need to have a true God-realized saint as your guru, because it's only through that guru that you receive this divine power of bhakti. And when do we become qualified? When our heart has been fully purified by practicing sadhana bhakti. So sadhana bhakti prepares the vessel, our heart. That vessel has to be purified. Then with Guru's grace, it becomes divinized. And into your divine heart, you receive that divine power of bhakti. So you have to have a fit receptacle to receive that great divine power. Otherwise, you may say, why doesn't God or Guru just give me that divine power of bhakti right now? Kripalu ji Maharaj says, no, भस्म हो जाएंगे, एक हड्डी का टुकड़ा भी नहीं मिलेगा आपका, इतनी शक्ति है उसमें. It's an unlimited divine power. So if you don't have a fit vessel to receive that in, it's like if someone wants to give you molten lava, will you come with a paper bag to keep it in? So that divine power can't stay in an impure material heart. It can't even stay in a pure material heart. It can only stay in a divine heart. So to receive a divine heart, first we have to purify it, then Guruji can make it divine, then we receive that divine power. So you see, bhakti both has to be practiced and received. Kagbhushundi ji referred to this divine bhakti when he was asked by Bhagwan Ram, I'll give you a boon. Kagbhushundi manguvar ati prasanna mohi jana. Ask for a boon, I'm prepared to give you anything. Arnimadik siddhi aparnidhi moksha sakal sukh khan. Ask for the yogic siddhis, the greatest mayic powers you can get. Ask for aparanidhi, unlimited material wealth. Ask for moksha, liberation from all the sorrows, liberation from maya. So Kagbhushundi said, what did he ask for? He said, I want that Vishuddha Bhakti. Jehi khojat yogish muni prabhu prasad ko pav. He said, I want that Vishuddha Bhakti which is sought after by all the great yogis and munis, but which is only received through your grace. So it is that same thing which is being referred to here in this doha by Shree Maharaj ji, and that helps us reconcile this confusion about whether bhakti has to be practiced or received. It is both. First we practice, and once our heart is purified, then we can receive. Regarding the practice of bhakti, there are, at some places it says there are 9 ways to do bhakti. At some places it's told there are 25 or 30 ways to do bhakti, and if you actually add up all the different ways that saints and scriptures have taught us to do bhakti, there could be unlimited ways of doing bhakti. So again, a confusion comes in people's minds. How do we practice bhakti? What is the right way to practice sadhana bhakti? That is also reconciled in the next doha, which we will look at tomorrow. बोलिए वृंदावन बिहारी लाल की जय।